So April 29, end of month. We have one more day left in April. And we've been one-time framing up since about mid-April. We have a gap here that's still unfilled. And we are heading towards filling the gap above, slowly grinding higher. The gap above fills at 56.10 and 3/4. You can't see it here because this chart ends at 5 p.m. and on this date we had this move after 5 p.m. So you can see that we closed somewhere around here, and then we dropped after the market closed. So that's why you don't see the gap here, but there's a RTH gap that hasn't been filled that fills at 56.75. Now, having said that, I'm looking at this longer term as a double distribution, right? So we have this distribution right here, and then we have this one down here. But if you look at how the volume is being traded at in this lower distribution, it's very there's not a clear agreement on where value is, right? So because you can see like we could moving higher, putting a bunch of volume, then trading high, leaving a low volume node, then accepting, then the same thing keeps happening over and over. Now you can see all this volume building here at 55.50. So we're still trying to find we're slowly shifting value higher, attempting, I think, to go back into this area where we had this 5670 high volume node. Until we don't stop one-time framing higher, I'm leaning towards looking for long trades, at least until we fill the gap or hit this 56.70 area. If we come back down, I think shorts lately have been having a hard time, and you can see that every time we start getting some traction down, then we get big bullish flows, and it gets hard to have like continuation to the downside. But at some point, we could see a drop and a little bit of a cleanup of this poor structure. And I'm saying poor structure because of all this high volume nodes, low volume nodes here. It's not a clear distribution like we want to see. We also have single prints here. We have a gap here. So it wouldn't surprise me to see at some point some correction. Now, for today, because we're opening inside value and inside the range, I am likely gonna wait to see if we come back to the top of the range and break above value, take these highs, and then get to this area that I've been mentioning the last couple of days, the 5600, and see if we can continue into this 5670 area. If we start going lower, depending on how the move is and how fast, how much volatility is increasing, and what time of the day the move happens, then I might be willing to look for some short at some point to take this liquidity here and take these two lows and maybe get a bounce here or at the single prints. Those are the two spots that I will be looking for a bounce if we start heading lower. This single prints at 54, 54.56 to 54.40, or after taking these two lows right here. And if we don't see any bounces, then for sure, then join the shorts and then look for a move down here to attempt to fill this gap below. NQ. Sorry, I'm not breathing for the yoga people that are watching the streams. So NQ also broke the previous week's high yesterday, and same kind of structure. If we are already trading inside value for this session right here, but then rejected, right? We were trading, I should say, and then we rejected. So now we're coming back here. So same thing. If we take these two lows and look for a long around the 19,200 area, and if we lose that, then looking for 19,110, which is a imbalance target from this session right here, and then the single prints that are here at right below it. So from here, maybe look for a bounce in this area. And the target above is 19,680, and then here 19,880. So crude tested again that low volume node, broke it, and then got to the 6080 like I mentioned yesterday. So that is tagged. Now the question is this area that was support, is this going to be resistance now? If it is, then I would likely expect the move back down to the 5950, and then trade this area between the single prints and between the low volume node and then the low of this previous range. And if we go back above 6160, then move back to that high volume node at 6230. And gold couldn't fill that gap yesterday. At one point it looked like it was going to, and then it rejected. So same thing as yesterday, nothing has changed at all. You can see my video from yesterday, same range. As far as news today, we have Jolt's job opening at 10 a.m. So that's usually a market mover. And we have Trump said that he was gonna make some announcements about auto tires. And we're still in earnings seasons. And tomorrow we have PCE, crude inventories, and we have NFP this week. So still a lot of triggers for this market to move. So I'm thinking that if we don't move quickly into the higher distribution, that we could see a drop and a correction and fill this gap. Because we haven't had any days that tested the lows that gets below the low of the previous day since this day right here. So we're due for some a little bit of a pullback. So let's see if we can get something. All right, good luck. Market's about to open.